Get ready to meet the unstoppable women ruling the real estate game. Welcome once again to the Fierce Queens of Real Estate, where empowerment meets success. Today I'm here with the gorgeous Sara. Sara, thank you so much for coming to our episode today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure. I'm honored. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience.
All right. My name is Sara Dridi. Basically, I'm Lebanese Armenian, you could say. I've been in Dubai for the past several years in real estate mostly, and I enjoy every bit of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Which industry were you before you came into real estate?
Frankly speaking, I was in school. I was in university.
Okay.
The thing is, when I first came to Dubai, actually, I came for an internship job, basically, which was a real estate agency. It was a startup real estate agency. So, because for university, you have to somehow take an internship program. You have to finalize an internship program. So I had it done at this real estate agency. And it was when I realized that the real estate market here is booming and it's the right way to go. So that's how I came into it.
Oh, bravo. That's good. So from internship in real estate, you became a salesperson.
Correct.
Okay.
Not a salesperson.
Okay.
I was mostly in the operations sector of real estate for several years.
Operations.
And I've been, in operations mostly. But I've been in sales for the past 1 year.
So operations in what sense?
Operations in what sense? I worked for multiple developers. I was in the customer care department, in the handover department. Basically, I learned each and every bit or aspect, you could say, of real estate in general. And I thought to myself, the only thing that actually has money in it is sales. And now I regret the fact that I didn't enter sales from the beginning. So that's the best part of it. Of course, it's hectic, but that's the best part.
Oh, okay. So what got you interested in real estate, knowing that it's majorly a male-dominated career path?
It is a majorly male-dominated career path, but I noticed that women also have their perks. There are some things where women in general are more trustworthy, you could say, and more honest and more emotional. I think emotional factor, or us being emotionally charged as women, it plays a factor in real estate because it's not all business. Sometimes the client has to feel like this is an actual home he can live in.
You're not just selling.
Or I myself feel like this is an actual home where I and my family can have a good time and I see a future in. So the emotional part of it, which we're more...
Yeah, we play more emotional than...
Exactly.
But don't let the men hear you saying, we're more honest.
We are in general. It's the truth.
Okay.
In multiple aspects, I mean, of course. Not just real estate.
I know. Okay. So what's one major challenge you have faced since you joined real estate, and how have you been able to overcome it?
One major challenge is there are multiple challenges, to be honest. Are you talking in terms of the sales aspect of it?
Yeah, in terms of the sales aspect in real estate.
In sales aspect,
as
real estate,
woman.
Mainly as a woman, to be honest, maybe sometimes you waste time, too much time wasted on either... too much time wasted on, unfortunately, you could say the wrong people or... This is it in general. You waste
too much time wasted on the wrong people.
Yes.
I mean, do you mind elaborating a little bit?
Of course, like the wrong prospect, you could say. You might think that, yes, a client or someone might be serious of one thing and you go ahead with it and you put a lot of effort into it and then it doesn't materialize, the deal doesn't close or something. Or you wish you knew right from the beginning that, for example, this is not what the client maybe had in mind, or you didn't actually reach a proper agreement at the end or something. Like, mostly it's, you could say, the time wasted, yes, in general, on the wrong situations or people.
Okay. And how do you see the importance of women supporting each other in real estate? And if we are supporting each other, are we doing well enough?
I don't think we're doing well enough because we're not supporting each other maybe enough. This is what I feel. This is what I see sometimes. The competitive edge I do believe women ought to be more ethical towards each other and maybe as yes, I think we need to support each other in this male-dominated business, as you were saying.
Okay, so if you say more ethical towards each other, what do you mean?
More open, more transparent.
Okay, we should be open-minded towards ourselves. Yeah?
Yes, exactly. We have to, in all aspects, like in terms of how you actually deal with sales on a daily basis, the process of it and everything. If we're more transparent, more open with each other, yeah, I believe it plays a huge role, you know.
So
If
we need to support ourselves
support
more.
ourselves and support each other more in general, yes.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it's more of a male-dominated kind of business.
And I see that the male, they're very into each other better than how the women, because I know that sometimes the ladies goes to work more with the guys than working more with the ladies.
Exactly.
Especially when we go to the sales centers.
Exactly. This is what I mean.
Yeah,
yes.
so at least ladies should go towards the ladies
towards
more.
the ladies.
And you think the men are not going to now say that we're becoming feminist? Or
no, not big. Actually, could be. There's nothing wrong with being a feminist, to be honest. It has the limit, but as I said earlier, it has to be like in an ethical way. So I would rather deal with the woman initially rather than the man himself, because we ought to support it. Because most of us women in sales are independent, right?
Yeah.
So we have our career as a priority and all that. So I prioritize career over anything else, as example. So I would really appreciate it if someone's actually, if another woman is out there to support me over maybe another man, initially as a first option. Of course, if you've been working for quite some time with another man, of course it's different. But I mean, the first impression, the first how it all starts, yes, I would rather have a woman.
Okay. So if you could sell a house to a fictional character, who would it be and why?
It's a tough one, but Superwoman, could we say? Maybe Superwoman, because she saves the world on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
So I'll have to provide her with some very nice options and
where would you want the Superwoman to live if you're selling to a Superwoman?
If I'm
like where in Dubai do you think the Superwoman is better living?
I'd rather actually keep that because I'm in Iraq, so I don't want to.
But you think the Superwoman would be interested in casino?
Yeah, she would.
Really?
To blow off some steam, you know.
Okay.
Why not? She goes to the casino to blow off some steam.
And make some money also.
And make some money, yeah. I mean, she's Superwoman. Obviously, everyone over there would be terrified.
Of course.
They let her win, I'm sure.
Not just terrified alone. You know, she's very attractive. You know, she's super attractive as well.
Of course. So people would be terrified and they'd be humbled with her being there. So I'd provide her with a nice residence, just maybe facing the casino.
Yeah.
Where she can go and blow off some steam.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the most unusual or the most unexpected request you've ever had from a client?
Everything has become usually when something's unusual, it becomes a norm with time. So thankfully, I'm happy with my job. I mean, it's been professional all along. Of course, sometimes the most unusual thing I could tell you is you have to manage time difference, right? So sometimes I might have a Zoom call at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. It might be rescheduled, but nothing more than that, actually.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't think that's an unusual thing, right?
It's not an unusual thing. No, it becomes a norm with time when you have to.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so if your real estate career were to be made into a movie, who would you cast yourself as? What character would you be? Who would you cast yourself as and why?
Which character I would be, that's also a tough one. But the genre of the movie itself would be drama, most probably.
So you're very dramatic.
I'm not actually, to be honest. I'm much more...
But you don't even look dramatic anyway.
I'm much
so we
more,
cannot tag you a drama queen.
Exactly, I think so. That's fair to be said. I'm much more reserved by nature, but I am dramatic. Some situations or people, maybe sometimes when they push my buttons, I might become a drama queen. It's because it's needed. It's because I've been triggered in some way. But the genre of the movie itself, of course, it would be drama. But which character I would be? A Bond girl, maybe.
Oh, really? There's this series of
Bond girl
watching.
has both sides of her. It's
Yeah.
the sensitive and the classy and the
And the-
feminine
yeah,
side.
yeah.
And on the opposite side, she's a complete knockout in many ways. So
There's this series I'm watching now, Scandal. You've seen it? Have you
No.
seen it? Oh my God. There's this lady inside, Olivia Pope.
Yeah.
She's the most powerful woman in America. She's dating the president, or I don't know. She's dating the president.
Yeah.
The president has a wife, but she's dating the president. She's the mistress, but she's the strongest character.
and she probably controls the president.
Of course,
right?
she controls the country. You need
Controlling
to
the president,
You need to,
hence
if
controlling
you're
the
controlling
country.
the president, automatically you're controlling the country,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
You need to watch it. She's powerful. I like very powerful women.
Of course.
But even though she's a little bit outside, because she's dating the president who is married, but she has power. I love the fact that she has power.
And sometimes power is not in how much you raise your voice or something. It's all with the characteristics.
Character, the
exactly.
character.
So
There's some
enough.
ladies you see, just seeing them, they're powerful.
Correct.
Because the personality carries
the mindset,
Yes.
the character, all of it.
Yes.
It adds up.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me which one is harder. Finding a property here in Dubai or finding a partner. By the way, are you married?
No.
Okay, so this question goes well. So which one is harder in Dubai? Finding a property or finding a partner?
Frankly speaking, not just in Dubai, but anywhere, I think finding a partner is obviously the more challenging part. With finding an apartment, you have multiple options.
Yeah.
Suppose you wanted a unit on a certain floor with a certain view. You couldn't find it, so you go one unit higher, one unit lower. You always have a backup.
You can compromise.
You can compromise. But with a partner, there's no such thing as
compromise.
It's your life, it's someone you'll be spending more than half of
your lifetime with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously finding a partner in any part of the world, I think,
is difficult.
is more difficult than finding an apartment.
No, is this from a lady's past angle, or you're just talking from a general angle?
General angle, but
So
then
even
again,
the guys still find it difficult to find partners, or just
a committed partner, committed relationship.
partners. Yeah.
See, it depends on what someone is looking for. So we're not going to head into another kind of a direction, but I mean in terms of a lifetime partner, yes, it's much more difficult.
So how about the people that are meeting each other in Dubai, getting married, dating each other, having serious relationships? It's Dubai. They still met in Dubai.
Exactly. And a lot of people I actually personally know on a personal basis, they've met here and they got married. And at the end of the day, I think it's all destiny. It's fate,
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, maybe you should be at a certain place at a certain time. But then again, if it's written, if this
or you can even be in the place and then don't find.
And then you find someone like a friend of mine. She found her husband in a parking lot.
Ooh,
they were about to have a small accident, and that's how they got to know each other. That's how they met. That was
Oh wow!
In a
So it
parking
means
lot.
partners can be found anywhere. It can be anywhere.
If it's meant to be, and if this is your destiny, you'll find him even in a pit hole, in a hole somewhere.
Okay. All right. So, would you date someone that you have more money than? If no, why?
No, I wouldn't.
No, yeah.
No.
So why?
Why? Because I always need to feel. Maybe I'm a bit not old-fashioned or conservative. I'm going to tell you, but. Like my culture, where I come from, the man always has to be the provider. Of course, yes, I'd like to work, I'd like to make my own money, I'd like to be independent and all that, but I should also be able to know that I have this peace of mind that if, God forbid, someday I ought to stop work or something, I have someone I can lean on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just go back home and we'll have to calculate how we're going to go through our next month or so.
Yeah.
We're going to have to. So I'd like to know that I have someone I can who can provide not just for me, but for the family as a whole.
Yeah. So it's a no-no for you.
It's a no-no, but then again, God knows. It is a no-no, yes, but if that's what you're destined to do or your fate, and still, no, I stick to it. I cannot make more money. I'm just trying to think it through. And
okay, now, so how do you know that you have more money than him? How would you know? Because look, if a guy walks up to you now, let's say a guy sees you now, and he likes you, and he's appealing, you like him, you meet him, and then you like him, and then you start dating, you won't know you have more money than him. You will not know from the first time.
You wouldn't know from the first
So when you get to know, you will leave him? You will end it?
It's not that. It's again, it's about the chemistry. Chemistry is very important. It's not just, mentally, emotionally, physically. It's all very important and it's crucial.
Yeah.
He could be the richest man in the world, but I can find myself not attracted to him in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really. Then, and I've been through this experience where I just don't find someone really attractive, regardless of what they do for a living. But of course, once you get to know a person, for example, what kind of a work he's in, what he does, of course, this comes with time. But as first impression, I think it's mainly both people being attracted to each other, and there's always that click.
Chemistry,
There is that chemistry. Like it's not tangible, but everyone can feel it. Both parties can feel it.
So regardless of he has more money, because I think at the end of the day, it's all about the prospect.
Correct.
Like if he has good prospect for the future, his potential, is good, and maybe he's doing a nice job, or he's a nice guy who is earning decently, but there's a good prospect that his company or what he's doing can blow up in the future. So I think that kind of person can be considered. I think it's only
ambitious.
Ambitious.
Yes. He has to be ambitious. He might be working a normal job, or I don't have a problem with that. Of course, as I said, I should be able to know that if today I decide to quit my job and just stay at home and take care of my family and my kids, I should be able to rely on my husband.
Yeah, of course.
As simple as that. And he should be confident enough to know that he can provide for the family.
But I think actually...
But ambition is actually very important. No one likes a lazy...
Yeah, of course, a lazy man.
Or a lazy woman as well. Sometimes we're allowed a few days, but not always. Not a lifestyle of laziness.
Okay, so you just 1 year, you started real estate, right? In sales.
In sales, yes. A year and a few months.
How has it been so far?
To be honest, it's been really fruitful. It's much better than I expected. But then again, the product itself, what we have is actually it's worth. It is something unique.
Okay.
So that's what made it easier to sell. I know there's a lot of competition, but what I'm selling also has competitive advantage over everything else.
So your project is now in
Ras Al Khaimah, in Marjan Island,
directly opposite the casino.
Exactly, and it's a very upscale and it's a very luxurious project. And, there's a lot of intricate details in it, how it's meticulously designed and all that. That will take another couple of hours of our
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. So, what advice would you give to women out there who are looking to come into the real estate today? What would you advise them?
What I would advise them is, first off, financially, you have to be prepared to maybe at least not being pessimistic or anything or looking at the glass half empty, but you should be prepared. See, when I first came into it, I thought, here it is, my first client, first deal, it's going to close, it's going to happen. That's not how it works. Sometimes you might spend several months going viewings here and there, and,
it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. It never materializes. So you have to be prepared for the disappointments,
the rejection,
people wasting your time, as I was saying, time wasters. And
I'll speak with my wife, I'll speak with my husband, I'll speak with my grandma. Those kind of people.
This kind of people. And you have to be very prepared financially. You have to be sure that you have at least savings enough for several months to keep you going. So mentally and financially prepared.
So now also tell them, how do you deal with rejection? Not a lot of people have the ability to deal with rejection, right? So how do you deal with client rejection?
How I deal with a client rejection, first off, I try not to show it. I know, like, as an outer appearance, you always have to look strong and you have to have a thick skin, or you have to show people maybe, like this facade that you're strong and you're taking it fine. I might but on my own time, when I'm on my own, maybe I'd let my feelings out. I'd go to the gym or do something to get my anger out. But The toughest thing is just to resume back the next day as if nothing happened and move forward. Failure after failure, I think, and accepting it and moving forward, sooner or later it leads to success.
Of course,
you know?
of course. But has there been anything that a client said to you that you think you can never forget? Something that is just right there. You feel like, I can never forget this thing.
In a good way. I have
Good or bad way?
Good or bad. To be honest with you, last time I had a client. He came, I finalized everything, and he told me, I'm so confused. I don't know which is better. Is it you? Is it the project? Is it your presentation? And he was joking. He was somehow old, but in a way, I felt like, obviously, it's a very big compliment. He told me, I didn't know whether it was so perfect. He told me, I didn't know whether you're human or you're AI or something. So obviously, I took it as a compliment.
Of course, that's a compliment.
When clients, feel when you're approachable and personable.
Yeah.
And clients not only feel like they're doing a business deal. It's like they let their guard down, knowing that this is someone who can trust them, give them a proper advice, and whom they can trust, and who can give them proper advice, and the client would feel comfortable.
Yeah.
The fact that the client is very comfortable with me, it obviously is a great sign. It's something I can't forget.
Yeah.
And maybe when a client tells me he wasn't really interested in, for example, this area or in this project, but
the way you presented it.
Yeah, it made him interested and made him consider and all that. So, of course, this is a big thing.
Do you have anything you call your charm? Like, do you have any dress you feel like this is my lucky dress, my lucky shoe, my...
No, the thing is, I don't really I'm not superstitious this way, but I'm mostly in black, and I like to wear a uniform, and almost on a daily I'm in black, and almost on a daily I'm wearing the same thing, so the same uniform, the same attire. I like to stick to it. I don't really waste my time on what am I going to wear, or... I never have that. I have the same, like I have multiple pairs of the same pants, multiple pairs maybe of the same blazer and the same jacket, and that's what I stick to.
Okay, so you're just unique in a particular style.
Yeah. Okay, and everyone knows me for it, and people always, if I wear something a bit colorful, people tell me, you're wearing color today.
Okay, so what's your unique standpoint? Like when you meet your clients on the table, negotiation, what do you think is what you do that clicks it?
Confidence and presence, I think, are very important. I need to feel like I have the upper hand in a meeting.
Okay.
I shouldn't feel like I'm getting all confused or you get me. People notice it.
Yeah.
This is one.
Yeah.
And I need to make sure that all throughout my meeting with the client, he doesn't hold his phone or gets distracted, because...
Once he picks his phone, he's
already halfway.
Out of it.
Yeah, so... That's a great sign. People would know if he's still just as invested with you or not.
Yeah.
So I need to get him just with me, full focus on me the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So when you're making a presentation and you meet a husband and a wife, who do you lean more? Yeah.
The wife.
The wife, yeah.
The wife, because us as women, men are more... the wife is, as I said, because she's more emotional. So she's probably, and we as women, we have to, I'm not being too feministic or sexist or something, but they say men rule the world and
women rule the world.
No,
women rule the world.
Women rule the men. Men might rule the world, but women rule the men, and it's true. If the wife...
No, who rules the world?
The women.
Of course, women rule the world. Because listen, if your man is ruling, you're ruling actually. The women are ruling, really.
Whether directly or indirectly, it's true.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the woman has a very big impact on the man during a meeting. Oh, I like it. No, I don't like it. I like this. So I have to appeal to her more than the man.
There was a time in my early days in real estate, and I was showing a client a nice penthouse in Marina. And the man loved this penthouse. He loved everything. Oh, the room is so gorgeous. The view is amazing. And the wife was just quiet. We were going, just checking around. And then the husband said, honey, what do you think? And the husband was like, we're taking this. And then the woman said, no, the master bedroom is too small. And he just killed it.
And that was it.
And that was my, my
deal
early
fell
days,
through.
It didn't go through. My deal didn't go through. In my head, when the guy was saying, I love this, oh, the room is the kitchen, the this, the that. She loved the kitchen. And then she just said her turn off was the master bedroom. She like, the walk-in wardrobe was not big enough. And the husband was trying to convince her, don't worry, we'll change one of the rooms, we just make it into into a walk-in wardrobe. No, she said, no, the master bedroom. And
that was it.
And that was it.
And the deal fell through, right?
No, it went over. We didn't close it,
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it was my early days. So I was like, all right, maybe what I should have done is just gone so close to her, and then try to,
butter her up.
Then I was thinking, because where I'm coming from, Africa, Nigeria especially, where I'm coming from, the men make the rules. Nigerian men actually can even buy a property and just call the wife and say, I just bought this property.
Or not tell her at all.
No. A Nigerian man can come to Dubai and then we go and see a property and he likes it. He will buy it. He will only call the wife and tell the wife, I just bought a property now in Dubai, and all of that. And the wife will be happy. Oh, this and that. So from where I'm coming from, I had that mentality that the men, he's spending the money, so he makes the decision.
Mostly that is what it is, but it depends on... It's different,
Yeah, I think cultural. So for me, it was like, I felt like it was the man. He's
could
spending.
Be cultural. It's the mentality. Believe me, I've seen of both. I've seen some people with the same nationalities, couples from the same nationalities, same culture, but someone has to. It's like always, someone is the more dominant one in a relationship. So it could either be the male or the female. It's not a cultural thing, but. It depends.
So, for me, that was like a shock because I was still new here and I was, thinking that, if the man likes it, the woman
then
just needs to say yes.
Yeah.
Because he's the one paying, right?
Yeah.
But I realized that no, she had the power. He was just there, and after that, I started realizing that, okay, when I get any viewing and when a client even tells me I'm coming for a viewing, I ask him, are you coming with your wife? Because for me, I want to prepare myself.
Yeah.
If he's coming with his wife, so I know how to maneuver the whole thing. And, through the body languages, the way they speak, you will know who
is dominant and
who is dominant. And then you know where to put your powers.
Exactly.
So I just realized after that time that, because sometimes even if the man comes alone for the viewing, he still tells you, I have to bring my wife. So, to shorten the process is always better. I ask them, are you coming with your wife? So that I know that it's going to be something that is not going to be long. The process won't be long because when he says he comes alone, he sees it. And then the next thing he's telling you, I need to go and discuss with my wife. I need to bring my wife. He has made your process longer, But if they come the same time, it's either they're taking this or they're not taking it. Or you're going to show them something else. At least it makes you understand the client and who the client is, what you can, give to the client. So yeah, women rule the world. Anyway, by the way. So thank you guys once again for joining us on this episode today. Remember that as a woman, there is nothing holding you from becoming whatever you want to be. Everything stopping you is right inside of you. You stop yourself. Whatever you want to be, whatever you want to achieve, you can do it if you put your mind to it. Coming into real estate is not easy, but at the same time, it's promising. Whether real estate, whatever it is you want to do, remember that you can do it, and remember that we have mentors. You can always follow Sara on her Instagram page. You can contact her for any form of mentorship, but also respect her privacy. So as a woman out there, you're looking to be who you want to be, step out. Do it.